Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the podcast where we dive into the latest and greatest in the world of sports. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm excited to share my thoughts and opinions with you today. We've got a packed show lined up for you, but first, let's talk about some big news coming out of the NFL. The league has made some significant changes that are going to impact players and teams alike. First off, the NFL has announced that it's relaxing its rules regarding players on the physically unable to perform list, also known as the PUP list. This means that players who are injured or recovering from surgery will have more flexibility to return to practice and play sooner. This is a big win for players, who will now have more control over their own rehabilitation and return to the field. But that's not all. The NFL is also getting into the flag football business. That's right, folks. The league is partnering with TMRW Sports to develop and operate a professional flag football league for women and men. And if that's not enough, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has announced that he expects to see NFL players competing in the 2028 Summer Olympics in the sport of flag football. And in other news, the Chicago Bears are still searching for a new stadium deal. The team has been playing at Soldier Field since 1971, but it's the smallest stadium in the NFL, and the team is eager to find a new home. They're currently exploring options in both Illinois and Indiana, but nothing has been finalized just yet. Finally, the NFL is also taking steps to prioritize player mental health. The league has announced that all teams will be required to hire a full-time mental health professional to work with players and staff. This is a big step forward for the league, which has faced criticism in the past for its handling of player mental health issues. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Speaking of storied careers, welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. We're diving into the world of free agency in the NFL, and one name that's been making waves is none other than Bobby Wagner. The veteran linebacker has been a force to be reckoned with on the field, amassing an impressive resume that includes 11 All-Pro selections and 3 league-leading tackle seasons. As he navigates the twilight of his career, several teams are vying for his attention, eager to capitalize on his expertise and intangibles. Now, let's examine 6 potential landing spots for Wagner. The Washington Commanders, his current team, are open to a reunion, and it's easy to see why. Wagner's reliability in stopping the run would be a significant asset, especially considering the Commanders' defensive struggles last season. Pairing him with Leo Chenal could create a formidable duo. The Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, have a glaring need for defensive reinforcements. With their scoring defense being the worst in 2025, adding Wagner's veteran presence could help raise the unit's floor. His past experience with coach Brian Schottenheimer only adds to the allure. Other teams in the mix include the Buffalo Bills, who are looking to revitalize their run defense, the Denver Broncos, who could use a short-term upgrade, the Atlanta Falcons, who need to shore up their defensive weaknesses, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who require a replacement for Devin Lloyd. Each of these teams would benefit from Wagner's expertise, but which one will ultimately land him? As we continue to follow this story, it's essential to consider the implications of Wagner's decision on the balance of power in the NFL. Will he choose a team with Super Bowl aspirations or opt for a reunion with familiar faces? The answer, much like Wagner's future, remains uncertain. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. As we wrap up today's show, I want to dive into the exciting world of sports, specifically the NCAA tournament. We've got a thrilling matchup coming up between Michigan and Arizona in the Final Four, and I'm here to give you my take on it. The Wildcats are looking fierce, with a 36-2 record and an impressive run in the Big 12 Conference. Meanwhile, the Wolverines are cruising along with a 35-3 record and a dominant performance in the Big 10. Both teams have shown incredible skill and determination, making this matchup a real nail-biter. According to the Sportsline projection model, Michigan is favored to win by 1.5 points, with an over-under of 157.5 points. But what really caught my attention was the model's simulation of the game, which predicts that the under will hit in 57% of simulations, with a combined total of 155 points. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Howard, why should I care about the over-under? Well, my friends, it's all about understanding the pace and strategy of the game. If the model is predicting a lower-scoring game, that means both teams will likely be playing tight defense and focusing on precision offense. As for the spread, the model is simulating that one side of the spread hits more than 50% of the time. But you'll have to check out Sportsline to see which side that is. Let's just say that I'm excited to see how this game plays out, and I think it's going to be an instant classic. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep your head in the game